I'm Lenore, I'm a singer and a voice teacher. I'm going to do a reaction video today, but just so you know, I'm also a guide on your vocal journey. If you're trying to figure some stuff out about your voice, you can head on to my website, singworld.eu, and you have all kinds of resources there and a way to contact me and a free quiz and all kinds of cool stuff. Today, I'm watching Ariana Grande singing Honeymoon Avenue. So this is a live performance. It looks like a studio. Let's just see what's going on.
Ready? Go. Take one, take one.
Okay, so I was wrong about it being a live performance. It's not, but I'm pretty sure she's singing here, even though we don't hear what she's actually singing. So we can still see what she's doing. Yeah. Obviously, the charisma is oozing out of every inch of her body, which is a very good place to be in. So she starts just comfort zone, very simple singing for her. The voice is, of course, fantastic. I had no doubt about that. And I just want to look a little bit about what she's doing with her vocal technique, because that's what I'm about. So let's keep going. One of the things I love about her, about Ariana, is she has a magnificent use of twang. She is quite exemplary at that. And she, basically what that does is it makes her chest voice very powerful and very distinct from her head voice. And I might have missed something, but I've never heard Ariana singing really really mixed. She's either or she's woo. It's usually not a merge of those two things. So you just heard a very good example of that. And it's almost like she could almost even do it a little bit, take a little bit further and make it like a yodel kind of break in the voice. And maybe she'll do that later. But when people do that, I always think it's beautiful. And the transition is seamless. It's like she had nothing. She didn't have to do anything to transition between her chest and her head. So, but she does have those two modes. Like it's either or, and that's her thing. Entirely correct here. What she did here was chest voice, but it had a little bit of air on it, so I gave it a sort of like a mixed feeling. It's not like she has two like voice qualities only, yeah. So she can play around with it a little bit.
Hey
One thing I notice here, and I've noticed it in other performances of hers, is that she just tilts her head like this, and she is like this most of the time. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb here because I am nothing to Ariana Grande. I'm not here to teach her. I'm not here to say that I know better. I'm basically guessing here, but I'm guessing that this tilt, because it's something that is almost like permanent, as you always see it when she sings, I am tending to think that it's not the ideal alignment of her posture. So some people, when they tilt, they do it specifically for high notes, and they just do it just momentarily, just kind of a fling of the head and the neck, and then you go back to being centers. You can see that on Beyonce all the time. So it's very nice. Lady Gaga does that. I mean, every good singer does a little bit of a tilt, almost everybody, to just access the pharynx a little bit better. But she's just doing it all the time. As you can hear, it doesn't really interfere with her singing, basically like nobody else. She's up there like top, I would say even like top 3 singers of today. So just imagine for a moment, if you have this thing permanently happening, I'm guessing there's a bit of tension there, and also you don't have the straight line for the air to move, right? If you get to the top 3 singers of the world with, with a broken alignment, yeah, if I'm correct about that, of course, what would happen if you release that bit of tension? Yeah, I'm guessing, first of all, she would go to number 1 and then some. And some people will say actually that she's already number 1. And she will set a new bar. That's what I'm thinking. She would definitely set a new bar, which, by the way, she already has. Sorry. So, yeah, it will be another bar. Again, she will beat her own standards. That's my guess. So that was a long lecture. Let's keep going.
What happened to the butterflies? Guess they encountered that star sign. My heart is under yellow lights, the yellow lights. Hey, vibrate night, think that we found it. But that zombie starts turning around.
You see what I mean? Like the chin goes forward. She doesn't need to do that. She can totally sing without the chin going forward. And most people will not get away with putting their chin forward. They will get choked, and they will not have that amazing riff coming out of their mouths. Yeah, riffs are seamless. They're just very good.
Saying, baby, don't worry, but we're still going the wrong way. Baby, you know how to drive me right. You decided not to make a change. Stuck in the same old lane, going the wrong way home. I feel like my heart is stuck in.
I'm waiting for the build-up, yeah? Because we're starting sort of average for Ariana Grande. Very simple singing, yeah? For most people, that will be advanced singing. For her, it's just like a walk in the park, like another Tuesday. So I'm hoping there's like a little gift in here. But for now, she's doing a lot of great stuff. Like she's opening her mouth fantastically. She is flowing, like the whole body is flowing, and the dance, feeling the song, that really gives easiness to the flow of the voice. So that's an A+ as well. Yeah. charisma never hurts anybody. I love that. I love how she just owns everything. She's such a great character on stage. So I have to pause like momentarily, right? The song itself is fun. It's not like super interesting. It doesn't show anything further than I'm used to hearing from her. And it could change, but I'm just saying for now, it's just another fun song.
About us, and sometimes I feel like we've been here before. I could be wrong, but
That's very interesting. What she just did, I've been here before, and she did this thing with her larynx, and I pointed that out on a couple of reaction videos. One of them was for the weekend, and there are two types of vibrato. One is made by shaking the larynx, and one is just letting the sound flow and resonate, and the waves basically do it, yeah, in the resonances. I personally prefer the second one, even though some people can do the first sort, the first kind of vibrato, and still sound very good. She is an example of that. So she really did that as an effect, like, and that was cool, but I just wanted to point it out for people who are interested in that, difference between the vibratos.
I'm alright, so we gon' be lost if we continue to fly. And honey, I know.
So yeah, I know. She just left it, and it vibrated. That's the natural kind.
We can find our way, oh baby. I feel like my
Another
heart
one?
is stuck in traffic. I'm under pressure 'cause I can't have you the way that I want.
Interesting. So now she went to sort of like a high belted note. It was brief, but she did put her chin up and she did close her mouth. Another example of something that if you get away with, good for you, but I wouldn't teach that. So I'm just saying. I wouldn't teach that because that's not the most free version of it. And if you just use that and that's your habit, you might have problems. She doesn't have problems though. She can do basically whatever she wants. So there's that.
Just go back to the way it was when we were on Honeymoon.
That was nice. Honey. That's great. That's a great space.
Honeymoon Avenue, baby, coasting like crazy. Can we get back to the way it was? We were on Honeymoon Avenue, my baby, coasting like crazy. Can we get back?
Okay, so she had a few higher notes now. Also in belting, so not flipped into head voice. Very powerful. And what did it was the twang. So she was using what I call squeaky voice, which is basically simple word for twang. Or you might say that twang is the fancy word for squeaky voice. She used that on the high notes. And basically just going, very squeaky, very small. And ideally, she would open more. She doesn't always do that, but ideally she would. And that's your belting.
You're the way you want.
And by the way, it's very difficult to do that on an ooh, because naturally what the voice wants to do on ooh is add a head voice, but in her case, there is almost no head voice. It's almost pure belting because there's so much twang. She can make the ooh belted, which is hard to do. Very impressive beginning and ending of the orchestra. Very nice. Or is this? It's not a full orchestra, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a songwriter, so I'm not gonna make many comments on the songwriting. Personally, I need to get used to that transition between the almost classical beginning with the strings to the of the pop music. I need to get used to that, and it might make sense. Right now, it doesn't make much sense, but whatever. Excellent singing. Nothing I've never heard before from Ariana Grande, but it was really nice to see what how she behaves, how her vocal instrument behaves, and analyze that a little bit. So I enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching this with me, and enjoy singing. See you in the next one. Bye.